Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play Farming Simulator 25 on Riverbend Springs, Indiana. I'm picking up basically where I left off last episode, but I did walk toward my truck so that we could go and drive around while it's raining, have a looky at the map. I am experiencing some flickering. I don't know if it's the game or if it's just my screen or what is happening, but I am playing with the settings for the recording and everything to get a better quality recording out of it. I think mostly loss of quality is during exporting the video out of my cutting software, so I'm gonna have to fix all of that. But in the meantime, I picked up my pickup truck. Been raining for an hour and a half now, but I will go ahead and drive this thing home. I'm gonna actually go ahead and turn on the cruise control and then reduce it to 40 miles per hour, which is probably even still pretty fast for a small town like that. But so here we are, just driving down the road. Is there anything that we might want to go and see? Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. The struggle that I'm experiencing with getting the game settings and the recording settings all figured out is kind of ruining my immersion a little bit, but it is what it is. I will get there eventually. For now, I hope you can tolerate it while I figure things out. In the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the day by going to bed. And then we're going to go and figure out what to do with a whole new workday. Probably shouldn't park it under the tree. Put it right here. Alrighty. And we can head home. It looks like Walter called it a day. I don't know if it's because it's 5 or because it's raining. But that's what we're gonna do. Sleep. Ooh, that's nice. So instead of... Okay, I think I like this better than the previous sleep button. So we don't necessarily want to sleep for 11 or 12 hours, but it is 17:32, which means 5 p.m., 5:30. So we want to sleep 12 hours would be 5:30 in the morning. So 6:30, 7. Alright. We're not sleeping the whole time. We're essentially calling it a day and, having a dinner, sitting down, talking to Walter, scrolling on the phone, the usual. So we'll take it from there. The rain ends. Property income $10. So there is some kind of property income that keeps happening in the background, and I want to know what that is. How might I be able to see that? Owned production chains. Nothing. Shift P to go into the construction menu. Yeah, no. What about that thing? What about this thing? There's a shed with some stuff inside of it. I think what I'm gonna do is just probably drive around. Medium wooden garden shed. Ah, this is what's making us the money. Small solar collector. Of course, it's not making us a lot of money because it's under a tree, but that explains that. Alright, morning, Walter. Let's go and see what we can do. So, first things that I need to decide is what I'm gonna do with these fields. What I would like to do, I think, is I would like to plow them together. I don't care for this little dirt path headed up over to a shed that doesn't actually have anything in it. And knowing Farming Simulator, there's probably going to be some like clutter, so it's not even going to be useful in that respect. Alternatively, I could leave it there, or leave the roads there, get rid of the shed, and then I could put some like production building for something. But there just seems to be like a nice amount of space right here where I could actually get the field a little larger, expand it a little bit, and join it up over here. So I might do that, but I do know that there is a lot of new production buildings, and so I kind of want to see that. Factories. I don't love this. I would rather see the whole list on my page. But there should be like small, easy to build, easy to operate. Yeah, there they are. Here we go. What is that one? That is the preserved food factory. So this is like a little... what do you call it? Corrugated metal shed where we can our own stuff. Obviously, we probably wouldn't want that in a unsecured area. This looks like something that would get nicked really quickly or broken by unruly teenagers. What is this thing? Dairy. This is where our cow's milk can be processed into butter and stuff. What we got here? Grape processing unit. Okay, well, we don't need that. Oil. This is where we would turn canola, sunflower, olives, and whatever those two in between olives and sunflower and such are. That's pretty awesome. We have a little sawmill where we can cut wood and produce planks. So that's pretty good. I don't know, $36,000 for that. That's a lot. What is this? Spinnery. And then it gets progressively more ridiculous, like tailor shop would require staffing. It's less about the initial, but this is pretty good. I'm glad that they added these small factories, because it is a little bit crazy that, you know, oh, let me build a monumental factory. Like, $240,000 I feel like wouldn't even cover the permits for this thing. Then we have some selling points. What is this? Biomass heating plant. Now look at that. That's nice. Debris crusher to make lime out of stone, or just to crush the rocks. Okay. Well, it is what it is. And then we've got farmers market, and then we have a bunch of greenhouses. We could use this space and put up a lot of greenhouses. Since we already have the path up here, we could sell this, as in demolish it and get rid of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save the game, because this is not my first time, and I have experienced things going haywire in previous farming simulators where you think you're doing something and then something else happens, like this exactly. Right? We tried to sell the whole thing so that we could clear out the space, and instead of selling the whole thing, we are now left with this. Oh, which is a collectible, I guess. That's why it's left here. Alright, well, the Grain Elevator Museum misses some parts for its interior. Can you find all of them? You found a part for the grain elevator, just 24 left. Oh, great. Okay, well, that explains why I got left behind. It was not a sellable object. But, so now we have this empty space, and I think this would be a good spot to set up some production. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Why do I have 62,000? What is happening in this game? Didn't I sell this shit for 200? Where's my finances? Here. Finances? What did I sell that I got 10,000? Miscellaneous. Did I make $10,000 out of that tiny solar panel? Is that what? Okay. Okay. Listen. Let's go check that out real quick. Factories, selling points, greenhouses, cultivation, generators. This is the thing, and it makes about $650 a month. So where did we get 10,000 from? Right? Like, Is there something else that's producing money for us? Because one of the things that I don't want is I don't want this to be too easy, right? I'm not playing necessarily realistically, but I want to play as realistically as it'll do. This is a greenhouse for rice saplings. That's not what I want. I just want a regular. Okay, 36,000 is a little bit steep, but I guess we can do a large glass greenhouse. That just seems like a lot of repairs. So let's do the foil one. Okay. Overlaps with another object. Like what? Overlaps with another. What is here? This is going to be one of those things that is going to be really frustrating really fast. Is it the bush? Is it this? Or is it that I don't own this particular piece of the land? Hotspots, no, we want this. Yep, so we own all of this all the way down to there. Whatever this little house down here is also on our property. Yeah, so this is ours also, theoretically. Although something tells me that it's probably just the stuff outside the fence. Anyway, so I'm not really sure what is blocking the input over there. Or input placement, rather, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's teleport back over here. Teleport. We will have walked off screen. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And let's go into stuff on sale. Ooh, the Merlot is almost 50% off. It's just that I don't love the Merlot. What other telehandlers are there? Oh, Merlot, Manitou, Sainbogen, a Fend, and a Shafter. Or Schaffer. Schaefer. Either. But so here we have this one. It's a nice little green Fend. So the Merlot's price is 150. We could get it for 75. We don't have 75, so we're not buying it. But I'm thinking of selling the John Deere because I don't love that tractor whatsoever. And I don't think I need it. I mean, it doesn't really do anything different than what the Challenger can do. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Go to vehicles. John Deere 3650. We'll get 18,000 out of it. Unmitigated piece of junk, but we'll sell it. Get rid of it. Yeah, it's not... I don't find it to be a good tractor, so I'm not going to miss it. Then let's check the crop calendar. We are currently at the beginning of September. And this is the time to plant wheat, barley, and canola, as well as grass and oilseed radish. So I think we're gonna go with some winter wheat and winter canola. I always like to plant canola because it is a really easy crop to plant, and it makes a decent amount of money. Especially because it doesn't require any other specialized equipment. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and connect to the, what is that? The tiller, the power, no, power harrow, I'm talking nonsense here. The cultivator. There we go. And I think where I'm gonna put the canola is that big field across the street or across the road, because canola really does benefit. This is gonna be a problem. Canola really does benefit from volume, because the seed it's pretty cheap in seed because it is planted or sown pretty loosely, So that should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and find my way all the way to here, and then we're gonna time lapse it because nobody wanna sit here as long as it's gonna take me to do this. So here we go at the entrance to the field, and what I want to see first is what was on here previously. Barley, okay. So canola should be fine to put on there crop rotation wise. I don't know. This needs plowing. This was harvested. It doesn't need plowed. Great. So we can just get on and start cultivating. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I will see you when it's all done. And here we are. Field's very nearly finished. I did leave this little strip over here thinking I was gonna leave myself a way back if I ended up on that side, but clearly that didn't work the way I was hoping. So I'm just gonna go and drive down the edge of the field. Normally I think we'd have to go through this little bit on my right where I was making the up and down turns and kind of plow those wheel furrows back over. But given that this is a game and I don't want to waste any more time on this, then is absolutely necessary, I'm just gonna leave it. I also slowed down the time to 3 times the speed, because I don't know how it happened that it was already 3 in the afternoon and I've barely done a thing in this episode. But now that it's almost done, I'm gonna speed it back up. As you can see, I'm super familiar with the key bindings. Whenever I want to speed up or slow down, I mess around with the minimap instead. I'm gonna drive around this edge over here, and then we can also look over here and see what's down there. Looks like maybe a lime factory or an aggregate mine or something. Debris crusher. Maybe a lime sell point or lime purchase point. I will check on that as soon as we make it to the top of the field. I did miss a tiny bit just there in the upper right hand corner of the screen, but I don't think I'm gonna go back for it, as much as it hurts. So here we are, coming out of the field. Gonna lift the cultivator and then head back. Ooh, actually I won't. I want to see the dirt and the mud that we've accumulated on the wheels. Nice, this is looking really good. I like that we now have these like just chunks of mud and dirt inside the wheels. It's making it look a lot more realistic. I know that there is a lot left to be said for realism in this game, but visually at least, the closer we get, you know, things like this, it's good. I like it. In terms of dirt on the cultivator itself, it doesn't look like those wheels have accumulated any like physical chunks, which I suppose they wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, we don't even have any in these little breaker uppers with the metal spikes. I don't know what you would call it. Ooh, sorry, blocking the road. I didn't realize that anybody actually went down here. Traffic seems to be going every which way in this town. So, but now we're gonna go ahead and return this back to the farm. A looky both ways. And then I want to know, when we get to the farm, how much of the mud is still on the wheels. That's gonna be, I think, interesting to kind of see what the wear and tear on the dirt is. So actually, let's hop out now. See, we basically still have everything we had there before. Was hoping I could make that turn in one, but unfortunately not. Almost hit the dysfunctional door. Should just back up from in cab. It is a lot easier, in my opinion. Good. Unhook that thing. I am excited for manual attach. That is a mod that I use constantly because it just makes the game so much more realistic than this. Let me just clip it on and bam, done. Right, it takes some amount of skill and effort to actually do that in real life, and so I'm excited for that mod to be available. I'm also thinking that I might start doing like a mod, or not mod of the week, but like weekly mod updates, see what comes out on the mod hub. There's already a couple non-Giants sponsored mods out there. Hey, come on, what's up? Oh, there we go. Don't know why it was tilted this way. But yeah, this is a Great Plains seed drill. As you can see, I don't know, this is a bunch of rows. But it is not the biggest, but it is at least wider than the tractor, which is always good. As soon as it's less than 2 meters, it's kind of a painful thing to deal with. And it looks like it's got some old mud caked on, so you can actually get mud on these wheels. We just didn't on the cultivator, so that's cool. I think I'm gonna leave the tractor in here because we have 3 days, I think, per month, and so we have plenty of time to put in the canola into that field. And in fact, we have so much time that after we do the canola, there should be enough time to plow this field over and combine all 3 of them, or maybe 2. Maybe we'll combine this one and that one. Get rid of this path up there and leave this path that leads to the open space over here. And then we'll build some placeable stuff over there later. This field previously had canola on it, so that'll need to get plowed over. Or not plowed, cultivated over. But in the future, I think I'd like to get a no-till drill. And in previous farming simulators, that's always been the Vaderstad. Let's see if the Vaderstad is still part of the lineup. Or Vaderstad. I don't actually know how to pronounce that umlaut on an A. Oh no, we don't have... No bueno, we don't have the no-till drill from Vaderstad. So we're gonna go ahead and actually look at those things. Soil cultivation. Yes, yes. Cedars. So this one, the Agromash Aquila, is a direct, no drilling necessary, or no previous cultivating or plowing necessary. And that is a 180 horsepower machine, so we couldn't possibly get that. This Unia also direct into the field, and it only requires 140. So we could get this one and save ourselves a little bit of work. However, there are things that I want to plant that still require cultivation, so I don't think we could just like sell our cultivator and seeder and buy this thing. And the working width is only 3 meters, which if I go into our garage, which I am struggling with the new garage system. Where even is it? Right here. Vehicles. Here is this. That has a 4.6 meter width. And here is the John Deere, which has a 4 meter width. So we would lose out 1 meter or 1.2 or whatever. It was 1.6 meters of working width, but we could skip a step. So it is something to consider. But we would only get like $2,300 and then $12,500. So we would be out like $30,000, almost $30,000 buying that thing. So we'll wait. Even though we're rich, we have $80,000 from selling the John Deere and from picking up from getting electricity rebates from the state, or not state, the energy company. Okay, well, what to do next? Next, I think I should go ahead and build the placeable over there, because that's gonna take a little bit of doing. I wonder if the placeables can also be built using the construction menu, or if extension to constructibles, if they can be built this way. These are sort of European looking garages, if I'm honest, which I don't mind so much, except that they don't really fit American farms. So I hope in the future we get constructibles more suitable to an American farm, but in the present we don't have that. So I guess we don't have constructibles. I also want, so as of right now we only have this little cow pasture, and I'm not really sure why we would have that. I'm not really sure what good it is. Because it doesn't really, it has only 3 cows in it right now, and we don't have any of the stuff to actually deal with cows over winter. Like, we have no, there's hardly any food left in there already. The meadows got only 46 liters. How do I, here we go. We only have 3 of them, and if I sold them, then, where are they? These ones? Yes, there they are. If I wanted to sell all 3 of those. No, that's the buy menu. Okay, what is happening? Ah, okay, here we go. That makes a lot more sense, right? So if I wanted to sell these cows, I'd get 3,100 out of it. And worse than that, or so if I wanted to sell them, I would only get 3,100. And if I don't sell them, I'm gonna have to feed them in the winter, which is approaching. And this farm has no grass, no silage. I have straw, but I don't have a shed, so I'm not really sure what I would do about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sell these cows, and then I'm going to sell this pasture enclosure, or just sell. I'm going to break it down and see if I can build a shed. See, because cows are fun, but they do require a lot of tending to. And we would have to convert 1 or 2 of these fields into grass fields to get some silage going for them for winter. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click on this, sell the cows, all 3 of them, sell them. We're gonna lose 300 on transport, but it is what it is. Cows have been sold, so they're gone. And then, wrong button, then we're going to click it, and we can sell the cow pasture for half what we got from it. That's a little irritating, but yeah, I wish I could just tear it down and store it, right? Because it's literally just a fence. And then before I start actually building anything, I'm going to save my game again, because this isn't my first rodeo and I don't want everything going haywire when I place a thing down, and then I'll be stuck with janky terrain. But so here we have, attention, this is a breeding barn, therefore milk production is not possible. The pasture of this building can be customized. Okay, and that costs $85,000 to build. You're out of line. That's way too much money for what amounts to a wooden shed. What is this? Horses, pigs. So pigs, I mean, they still couldn't have just a open thing. I don't know how cold it gets in Indiana, but we couldn't just have pigs out in the open. They still would need at least little igloos to hang out in, or some kind of shelter so they don't freeze during winter. Sheep barn, the same thing, they're all expensive. Chickens. So before we actually do that, I want to see, because there is a little chicken coop looking thing over there, and I want to see if that chicken coop is actually functional, or if it's just, what is this? And I don't know where the triggers are, because I can't see them. This building doesn't look like you can get inside of it. Like, I'm gonna turn on this so that if I happen upon the trigger, I can see it pop up over at the top. But yeah, so this is clearly a chicken coop, but I'm not seeing any. Hello, somebody's shooting a machine gun or something. Right, what is this? Enter the demolish mode. You can't select it, so it's kind of like, what is happening? Small wooden garden shed. It doesn't highlight it. I feel like it's broken. I feel like this is supposed to be a chicken coop, but it's bugged out. right? Because this is very clearly chicken coop, and it very clearly has either the spawn point for the chicken eggs, or the drop off for the grain. So I don't know. Chickens, yeah. But it looks like chickens are pretty cheap in terms of the pasture. This one is just a fenced in area. This one is a protected area. And you definitely, here it is. See, that's what I mean. This is the thing. Right here. So we can actually look and see where the trigger is supposed to be. It would be right about here. And we don't have any triggers. So I think this is just broken. Could try and sell it, but as you can see, I'm not even really able to get my mouse to click on it. It's just completely broken at this moment. Well, I guess it is an early access game. But so here we have a shed. This is kind of an American looking shed. How many chickens can we have? 20. And 20. 20. Oh, this is a big one. Holy Hannah. For twice the price, we can have much more sizable chicken coop. But I would like to get one that can house a couple hundred. 360, 20, 20. This is Zielonka stuff. Yep. Well, guess we'll get this one. This one can get 30 chickens in it, and we have the grain to feed them. So this can just start producing things for the farm, and we can start selling the eggs right over here in the farm shop. I don't necessarily want to put the chicken coop over that way though. I think. Oh, this is where the pallet spawn point is. This is just a lot of fiddling around with these things until we kind of get the hang of it. I feel like this would be a little bit of a silly spot. We couldn't really get the trailer all the way in there. Could sell this, but it doesn't look like. Again, I can click on this. Enter demolition mode. B. Yeah, this is another evidently bugged out piece of a placeable that's just gonna take space on my map. We can sell this shed, but actually that's kind of useful. We're keeping some stuff in there. Yeah, I don't know where to put the chickens. What else do we have? We have bees, but we already have bees over here producing honey. So that's actually all set. And the last thing is just a dog. Okay, so maybe we just wait on chickens. No, there's no reason to. Let's build it over here. Yeah, we'll make it work. So this is the drop off. The pallet spawn point is on that side. So I don't love either of that. So maybe we'll go like this. And we'll tuck it in right under there. Like so. Or not. Overlaps with another object. This is frustrating in the extreme. It's really far in, but I guess it'll give us access to the grain drop off. So let's plonk it right there then. Right. And we built a bunch of concrete, which I didn't want. So we'll go back to here and we'll go paint asphalt, concrete, gravel. Let's go. Let's go paint in some gravel. Same thing on this side. Paint in a little bit of gravel. And here. And then we'll get some dirt. There. Ooh, that's big. No thanks. Smooth out that. I'm gonna switch the brush. How can I cursor shape B? Okay, that doesn't seem to be working. That's frustrating. Alright, well, over here in the back, I don't even know why we would bother doing this. We'll just put in a grass. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it is a little bit jankier at the moment. Area is restricted. Okay, see, another mod that needs to come out sooner rather than later is the Paint Anywhere mod from FS25 that just allowed the customization to be meaningful and not just frustrating in the extreme. But here we have some trees, plants. I'm gonna put some grass over here to cover up the... Nope, apparently I'm not. Alright, whatever. We're gonna just do like that. A little bit right over here. There. So we got some chicken coop. We got a chicken coop ready to go. So we're gonna go and buy the chickens, and then the other thing is gonna be I still have no way of actually transporting things because I don't have any kind of front loader capable machine. What I didn't do though is I didn't check if I needed one. So it takes 6 months for them to start producing. So it will be spring by the time they start producing. But these ones are expensive. So I will buy one of them. Yeah, buy one of them for $6. Nobody wants a rooster apparently. And then for $50 each, I will buy 10 chickens. Or hens, I guess. Yeah. Bam. Then I will buy 10 more of chicks for $60. And then in 2 months, they should start breeding more chickens. And all we have to do is just feed them, and that should be good. So now we just save our game. Now we go on in here, and in our chicken pasture we have 1 rooster, 10 hens, and 10 chicks. And they currently have no food whatsoever, so they're not being productive or reproductive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a way to get them the grain. I would ideally like some kind of hand cart. You know, get like a little bit of chicken food out of the silo. But let's check and see what's on sale. Nothing much except this Landini. Can this Landini have a front loader? Rim 3-point toucher. No. Engine. So that's not helpful. We don't have the money for this Deutschfahr. This isn't helpful, and the Merlot is expensive, something fierce. I mean, even though we can afford it, this is a lot of money. This would essentially expend all of my money on buying this particular telehandler. And we don't really have anything else to telehandle, which is the other thing. So maybe I'll just go to the shop and see if I can rent. I don't even know. Okay, actually, now that I think about it, there is a way, but it's kind of cheeky. It's kind of, you know, it's gamey. It's gamey. That's what it is. What we're gonna do is we're gonna head the tractor. We're gonna grab our trailer out of the shed over there, and then, whoa! Can I even get in this shed? Yes. Okay. And then we're gonna pour some grain into the trailer, and then we're gonna tip it into the chicken coop. It is extremely gamey because why wouldn't we just scoop a little bit of grain out of the silo you know, into a bag or whatever, instead of doing this whole mess. But it is what we have to work with until mods come our way. Start filling with wheat. Yes. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Yeah, why not? Give me a full tank, 8,000 liters of wheat. Chickens will never be hungry again. Alright, and then back it up to there. There we go. Start overloading. Yes, sir. What is happening? Is it really taking all of that wheat? Holy Hannah. Okay, well, I mean, I guess it is a silo, so this isn't entirely insane idea of just overloading the entire field's worth of grain into there. This should actually, hopefully, 5,000 liters of grain, that should be enough for these chickens for all time, like all of winter. That should hopefully be good. Right, like we just gave them 5,000 liters of wheat. It's a big honking pile of wheat. I mean, there is only 20 chickens and 1 rooster, so yeah. I guess we'll see how many liters are gone by tomorrow when we go to sleep just in a minute there. Oh, let's go inside the cab. I find it much easier to actually get the reversing done right. Undo the thing, drive on back out. Right. So now we're done with all that. We can reconnect this tractor to the seed drill, and we can select seed. Make sure we select canola, and then refill the seeder. 1,000 liters. That should be more than plenty for that field. And then we'll back up a little bit into the garage. There we go. Turn the tractor off. And I wanted to make an outro now, but now I'm interested in seeing how much of the wheat the chickens are actually going to eat. And so I'm gonna go ahead and hit bedtime again. And it is 6:30. So we just want to sleep for 12.5 hours this time. Dinner and a movie. Here we go. Night sky. Bright morning sunshine. Here we are. Property income is covering property maintenance just as well. Now we can go over here. Well, I guess we don't have to go there. They have used up all of, what is that, 27 liters. So 5,000 liters of wheat. I think it's gonna last them several lifetimes. Even when they breed 10 more chickens, it's still going to last more than forever. Let's go and see how much honey has been produced over here. 47 liters of honey. Beautiful. Can I lift that by hand? No. Yeah, I mean, it is 129 kilo. So we're still gonna need a pallet. Oh, this is so frustrating. Here's the thing, right? In real life, you could just take it 1 box at a time without having to hoist a pallet. And if that was too heavy, you could take some of the jars out. Not to mention, you wouldn't even be jarring it out here. You'd be jarring it someplace else. But anyway, this is so frustrating because we don't have anything that we can do that with. Oh, I am the moron here. I just realized that's not, when you go to bed, that's not the amount of time you want to sleep. That's what time you want to wake up. So current time 12:38. If I hit 12:30, we will have slept 24 hours. So really, 7 is what I want. That explains why it was immediately 3 in the afternoon. Now it's noon. Okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. But on that note, I'm gonna go on and sign off. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I know I kind of ramble and don't have really a plan. Like I said, I'm still learning the recording and everything, but I am hopeful that it's gonna get better over time. Definitely, as mods come out and patches come out to patch some of these horrendous things like buildings not being selectable and chicken coops not being actual chicken coops. But yeah, next episode we'll time-lapse this field and these and be done with it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.